I've had two apologies from Ed Tyrer, who may or may not appear a bit later, and from Andy Roberts. Any declarations of interest? No? Right, we'll get on to the matter at hand. Hopefully you've had a chance to have a look at the information regarding the wheel park and the recreation ground. Got an image up here. Also got the photos if you want to see the photos as well. So they gave us free rendered photos. That's the overview one. Give you a sense. One from one corner and from another, which hopefully you'll agree is a little bit better than the last images that were sent out to yourself. Okay, so having had time to see this, and if you want me to move on to different images or plans to discuss anything, please ask me to do so. But do you have any questions? Eva?
Yeah, in one of the previous meetings, we talked about having some shuttle seating.
Yeah.
If we obviously don't use Deadman's Hut, are we going to ask them to incorporate that as well? Or
it's not something they do as a bespoke themselves.
Okay.
They basically get a contractor in to do it, and they charge us a premium for that service as well. We've had a look at other youth shelters specific for this already. We were going to get this in agreement to move forward, and then also couple onto the back of them, headed through the environmental committee, a short list or a selected one for a potential shelter to go with this.
if I may add as well, we've also had the approach from the football club that they would be potentially quite interested in contributing and working with us on that. So that's probably something we can do as a standalone thing.
It is very much adjoined to this, but it isn't part of the quotation.
Yes, I'd certainly suggest we do it as a standalone. A because of the football club involvement, and B because they want to turn the market up. Yeah, the ground, so we can roll in our capabilities.
Absolutely.
Do this separately.
There's some great designs we've originally looked at that we're going to share with yourself and the environment.
You've already emailed some.
I think I have, yes. Yes. That's a step.
The images show the existing fence, or what looks to be the existing fence and the existing railings.
Yes.
Are they the existing ones or does this include replacement fence and railings?
This is the existing. Okay. Any other questions? No. I don't know if you want to share anything because you've had a conversation with them.
I think, sorry, carry on.
Well, we've got a lead-in time, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the lead time, we were hoping for early midsummer. It is now, because of delays on us getting to this stage, probably mid to late summer.
Yeah, so we've delayed this ourselves by sort of asking for that more detail that we needed and some tweaks, and we still have to allow the time, obviously, for consultation.
Sure.
So it's just a case of how quickly we realistically get these through. They know that we want to deliver on this year.
Yes.
Yeah, just a quick one about cost really, because I know that the estimate came in and then we toing and froing. It's just really where we are with the cost and whether we've got it properly pinned down.
So this design is going to come in at or under 130. And the reason what they've managed to do is they have managed to add more features than they had in the previous design, but maintain it at that budget, basically by removing all the steel work, which with product costs going up, he actually said you are spending a large chunk of your budget on this steel work, but actually we could create more usable space for that. So they've tweaked it but maintained our budget limits.
And you'll see that this is actually quite an inviting and accessible design comparatively to the other one, which was a little, shall we say, scary if you're newbie to skating. You see these big caged up areas either end. I think this is far more inviting and covers a range of on the brink better than the original design. Sorry, Councillor Smith and then Councillor Buss.
How does it compare difficulty-wise to the old skate park? Are we replacing something with a very similar levels? I know in the past Let's talk about how it wasn't very challenging.
We have got a better range on this. There are 2 to 3 higher difficulty ramps on this comparatively to the old one.
Will you be demonstrating?
Do you know what? I used to do skateboarding when I was about 25, 30 years younger. I can dust off the skateboard and try again. Councillor Lusk.
Just a small point. Are we okay with the various executive agencies, health and safety and such on? Has this design been with reference to such organisations so we don't have any problems later on?
Absolutely, yeah. So this is, firstly, that was all specified as a requirement in the tender. But secondly, there are only 5 companies in the UK that are specialist leading contractors specifically in this field, and they're the only people that we have contacted as part of the tender.
Okay. No one else? We haven't got it as part of the agenda, but if councillors are permissible under the rules, can we suspend the standing order rule that allows members of the public so they can participate and ask questions? Is that seconder? Show of hands for approval. So those rules are suspended to allow those who come from the public to raise their points. Nigel.
Which point did you decide to put it where it was, not where you indicated to go?
That is still not absolutely decided as part of the consultation. But the last point that it was changed from one place on the field to over here as a preference was 2 meetings ago, wasn't it?
Whose preference?
Pardon?
Whose preference?
The council's preference.
You are aware that Councillor Dale hasn't informed you of the extreme problems this has caused previously. And the fact that it was put where Brecon did not recommend it put in Bannon. Now, if you're not aware of that, you need to do some digging, because I'm not happy seeing those photographs. It suggests that decisions have been made.
No decision has been made. This is part of the consultation process. What we're doing is taking a preference view as a council at the moment, but further consultation. Brecon Council have been contacted regarding the siting of the existing skate park and the proposed new site, and they have no objections in the branch. So
I'll discuss it with them.
you're entitled to. Any other questions? No? Any councillors? No? Well, in that case then, would anybody like to make a proposal? Councillor Smith, are you happy to propose? Don't put words into your mouth.
We proceed to the next stage of the consultation for the skate park, as we have already discussed. Write that in English.
Okay, second, a show of hands for approval. That is unanimous. Thank you very much. If there's nothing else, we will close the meeting. Thank you. And now we get to sit around for 45 minutes. before-
We've got some emblems to look at. Yes, we have got some emblems.
You